All right, we are live on the YouTubies. The YouTubies. Grab that link, Eric and Robert. Share that out. Where do you guys grab the link? Or you have YouTube open?
I just go to YouTube.
I got a YouTube.
Does YouTube make links for YouTube?
You just copy the link to it. What?
Just copy the link. What do you mean?
You can just go, wait, what?
Bobby, you're like the most tech-savvy person in this group.
I'm just being goofy.
Are you, though?
I am. Of course I am.
Are you, though?
Yes, I am Goof of the Goofas.
I thought you were Bobby.
Goofies.
I didn't know. Nice to meet you, Goof.
I thought you were 12.
Mine's Eric.
All right, we are back. Getting things set up. Going to do a little sharing out. Join Robert, myself, and Goofy for tonight's disc golf answer, man.
It's a Ganser, man.
The Ganser, man. Boom. YouTube link engaged. Tag Robert. Where are you at, Robert?
How embarrassing to be third to post.
Wow.
I'm so behind.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Oakley done. Post. Boom. Get roasted.
Oh my god, I was supposed to watch a video that my editor did. I'm the worst.
You are the worst?
I have to do that.
Who do we got on? We got Shane. What's up, Mr. Shane Solomon from Door Disc Golf. Hey, Shane, I was watching and I saw like the Door Disc or the Door County Chamber has been doing a couple reels, and I'm thinking, I bet that's because you guys been doing it. You're such a big influencers in the Door County. Let's see. Ryan's on. DeGam was going to be my Valentine's Day last Monday, but I got stood up. Sorry, Reese. I know, but we had responsibilities. We wanted to be with our ladies, and when Bobby gets a new lady, Bobby wants to be with his lady. Let's see. It's good, Robert. Yeah, we were the anti-Rick. There you go. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to get people coming in, rolling in. We're going to wait, get a couple minutes, and then we'll actually start the show. The show. We're going to do a quick little show. Got about 8 questions on the Google sheet, and then we're going to do a little funny questions for the Patreons.
Patrons.
We got a big storm coming tomorrow. Apparently, toward the evening, supposed to be. Some people are saying we're going to get like 10 inches of snow.
Super fortunate.
So, which means we'll probably get barely an inch. And I had family at the grocery store, and they said it was crazy out there.
I was looking forward to playing golf with Kevin and the boys in Emporia, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not with that storm, at least.
No way. Have you even played on the new courts?
I was talking about golf.
Okay, so I will pretend more that I'm paying attention.
Yeah, you should try. I have not played on the new courts, and it doesn't look like this time will be any different.
Gotcha.
I can't play pickleball because I think that is what aggravated my elbow injury last season. Yeah.
I could see that. I had some elbow issues when I was disc golfing, pickleballing, mountain biking, and lifting weights.
Maybe don't swing. Maybe don't swing at the ball so dumb. Got him.
You know that's not true.
I'll give that a try next time.
That's impossible for me.
I
can't quit.
I only did it because I watched
I don't know.
Goofy.
I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead and get started, gentlemen. Here we go.
Whatever. Okay. I don't even care.
Wait, I'm gonna record this for.
No,
I didn't even care.
I didn't even care. No, it's fine. You can go.
No, like you
do
you.
No, I'm fine. I got so much to do anyways.
I'm an idiot. I was going to record sound, and it's in my headphones. No one's going to hear this sound. They're going to hear me though, because I'll be talking. Here we go. You ready?
I just hear your mouth breathing.
There's no card in the recorder. Rookie mistake.
Wow.
Have you ever done this before?
First night.
First time.
Have you ever done?
You know the old saying.
Done
is going on?
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
I thought you were playing another joke, but then I was terrified that we wouldn't get audio back.
Who wants to be a guest tonight? Oh, no, I don't have an overlay for it. We'll have to do that for next time. We'll have to see if some people want to be. Didn't we do that one time? Or no, maybe I did that by myself.
What happened to the background?
Your face.
Yeah.
Man.
Behind Eric is...
Hold on.
I am. I'm proud I am.
How do I get the black to show up?
I don't want to get big to loose.
There.
I want to win!
There, now the black's there. Gosh, this thing. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, I'm going to record it.
It is the best.
It's the best.
I love it.
All right, here we go.
It's fantastic.
It's not recording.
I need to watch that again. It's so good.
Dude, it's so good.
It's really good.
Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. I am Bobby CoolDaddySlickBreeze. And we have with us tonight the amazing co-hosts, Eric, Oakley, and Robert McCall. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
We're doing it. Good things.
We're doing it, and doing it well. Doing it. Okay. That's LL Cool J, sorry. So sorry.
It sounded just like him, though.
Did it?
They really did.
Very similar.
You thought you were watching CSI and the episode with LL in it, yeah.
It's weird when he breaks into that mid-episode of CSI. Right. Huh.
He just breaks into his old rap
songs.
songs.
You cut that out.
This is a different
genre. We
get out of here.
Every time.
He did do a funny TikTok where he was staring at the wall and they started playing his I Need Love song and he says something about staring at the wall. Sometimes they just stare at the wall. Okay, anyway, we got to get back on the show. Okay. So, this is the Disc Golf Answer Man. Nobody on here has played disc golf in quite a while because for various reasons. Oh. What you got there, Robert McCall?
Robert played disc golf this weekend.
No.
This Saturday. It was awesome.
And how did it go?
Crushed it. New course record. For sure.
Yeah.
Easy. No, I played... We were going to go up to Wilco course here in North Austin. Yeah, fun course. But they were running a tournament there. And so we went and played the new Old Settlers layout. The old Settlers layout, if you are familiar with it in Round Rock, very, very long. Just pretty much a wide open bomber course, right? Mm-hmm. The new redesign is almost entirely in the woods. After like 5 or 6 holes, it's pretty technical. Yeah, it was awesome. Had a blast with the guys that I played with. I played fine, missed some putts, took a couple bogeys, took a few birdies, but finished under par. I was feeling good about that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast.
Try out any new discs or just
let me think.
Normal bag?
I did. I picked up the GOAT from Net Discs. It's pretty stable. I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect of like a fast overstable, like 12-13 speed.
Like we're not talking PD2 Lucidex and Force
dumpy.
overstable. We're talking
not
like
dumpy.
I have a feeling it's probably very similar to like the Synapse. Then the GOAT and Synapse seem to be like they're like stable 12 speeds, but not like not workhorse,
crazy,
but also kind of bombery. If you hit them clean, like they can go pretty far. Yeah,
for sure. It was. I mean, I didn't like lean into it very much because there just weren't holes that called for that out there. Mm-hmm. But it didn't have hardly any turn for me, but it also it carried a little bit before finishing left. Mm-hmm. So
you should try it on cool. a little forehand.
Did you get, what did you think of the Berg that Eric has sent us?
Oh yeah,
cool,
guys.
I totally tried that.
Yeah, I've been throwing that thing just
really loved it.
Left and right. It's amazing.
Oh wow!
Big shout out to Eric
left
Oakley.
Or right, so now you know that it didn't show up. You're lying, lying to everyone, making me look like the bad guy. Yeah. How about you just? I'll give you coupons and you can buy them. Shut up.
I'm not interested in that. I want your personal one.
I want one that you've touched.
If you don't touch it, I'm not throwing it.
I need one. I need one that's been Oakley'd.
These are the facts. But yeah, it was a blast. We had a great time for sure.
Good deal. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the questions, folks. Guys, thanks for sending your questions. Go to discgolfanswerman.com. Submit those disc golf questions. We will try to get them on the air. We appreciate you doing that. Also, real quick before we jump in, though, make sure you go out and rate and review us. You guys have been doing that, and I think it's amazing. It's awesome. But please continue to do so. It may seem like something simple, which it is very simple, but it may seem minimal, small, menial, minerals.
It's definitely not that one. Minerals. There it is.
Minerals.
Yes.
There it is. Finally got it.
It might seem minute. Moot.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very helpful. Just go do it. It'll help me go back to school and learn how to use words. So, all right, let's do this question from Nick.
Also, what they should do is subscribe.
Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please.
We've got over 11,000 people in the Facebook group, and we have yet to reach our 1,000.
Did you post that we're doing a giveaway on the group?
I have. I need to post it.
Wait,
again,
are we
though.
doing a giveaway?
Do it.
Yes, we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away a Dynamic Disc Combat Ranger. That when Eric
it's still
Oakley,
sitting right here.
I know when he sends out those bergs, he'll send out the.
Good luck!
Nice.
With that.
Oh, I look forward to that day. It's got to be coming soon.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
we've been trying to get to 1,000 followers for a long time. So
is that? Do we have to add to the pot? We have to. You'll send out bergs to me and Robert. Yes, me and Robert will get bergs.
Robert get prizes if we get to 1,000 subscribers.
Advocate
too.
on our behalf, please, listeners and fans.
Okay, let's get to the questions. This is from Nick B. Curious your take on the Disc Golf Pro Tour recommending no age-protected pro divisions at Disc Golf Pro Tour events. What is the significance of that even, not having age protection?
Field size can be bigger. The pot size, I guess we'll call it the cash payout, is significantly bigger. The resources put forth into the event are focused in certain areas rather than being spread thinner. I understand we've created these age-protected divisions, and it's been a part of disc golf. But for professional disc golf to really take off and be what it needs to be, to be honest and keeping it real, is the age-protected divisions don't have the same weight or bring the same fan value or bring all these things. Not to say that the players aren't stellar disc golfers. I've seen many players on both the FPO side and MPO side of the age protected divisions be absolute just incredible disc golfers that can compete with the non-age protected divisions. So it's not necessarily about the caliber being lower. It's just not. The competition isn't as deep, and it's not the hotness. It doesn't have that same allure to the fans, and that I think is incredibly important. And if you're going to invest your time into it, and the Pro Tour is going to, it needs to be worth it. It has to be worth it for them.
So hot right now.
Yeah, what do you think, Robert? Actually, I'm interested because that's my perspective as a pro, and I'm saying I want more money, I want more players to compete against, but I from somebody not out there.
From somebody not pro. That's how we're gonna say it. Okay.
No, not out there. You would be a touring disc golfer.
I am Yoki. I wouldn't.
Dude,
Julio
and Shay. You would.
I'm just glad, Eric. I'm glad you're interested in his opinion because I could care less. But let's go.
Got him.
If you could care less, that means that you do care some, Bobby. Figure it out. Okay, anyway.
You've been here long enough. Figure out the language.
Come on. Anyway, I think so. I think the way that the Pro Tour has worded it, and this is from a secondhand source, not from me reading the guidelines. I think the way that they have it worded is that Pro Tours shouldn't have age-protected divisions if it takes away from the main portion of the event.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's open to interpretation in that they can decide what's distracting and what's not, or what's taking away some of their resources and what's not.
So you have the courses for it and the staff for it. You can easily run age-protected at a Pro tour event, but it might be classified as an A tier at that point, but it's still going to be like it's like think the Dynamic Disc Open. They will have an age protected division because they have the courses for it, but it'll be a pro tour event too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But it'll be it'll be classified as a different event, but it's still the Dynamic Disc Open. But it's
right, just the A tier, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure which events are going to do it and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
Some of them may be looking at that as like a free pass to not do it. You know, to get out of the hassle. But if you're a tournament coordinator, a lot of your money comes from not the top divisions when it comes to like payout and stuff. No. They still can have amateur size and everything like that, but they may not have age protected. They may not. I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I'm indifferent about it. I'm not. But yeah. Daryl said what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if that was like not or not.
I made a butt out of you and me by making an assumption.
Oh yeah, it's all good. So I don't know. I mean, I like where the Pro Tour's head is at in that they're trying to focus more at the top level. I get it, but if it comes at the expense of just discarding everybody else, I can understand how some people would be upset about that. So I don't know. I'm pretty close to being able to play MP40. So
what?
Not next year or anything, but like a couple years down the road.
How old are you?
36.
Oh, wow, that's still
3 years. The year that I turn 40 is the year I get to
40,
play.
you can do it.
And that's when I plan my grand resurgence into competitive disc golf.
Who's this Robin McCall guy? Where did he come from?
Never heard of him before, but
where
wow.
did he come from?
He looks
wiping up the MP40
for a 40-year-old.
All right, next one comes from...
He made $200 for winning this event. Dang.
Danny, this one comes from Danny. But by the way, it makes me think we talked about it before recording, but big congrats to Danny Lindahl. He announced on Facebook that he's engaged, and so
congratulations,
awesome. Obviously,
Danny.
He used to work with the gentleman. He used to work with the guy, and we've had talks and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool that he found somebody special in his life and has decided to make a commitment.
It's big time.
So it's big time.
Heck
so
yeah.
Congrats, Danny. If you know Danny and you listen to the show, make sure you tell him I said congrats because we don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore.
We don't talk. Okay, so this Danny, though, says, lately when I throw forehand even, my most overstable enforcers and defenders have been flipping way over. I've slowed my form down and seem to find success again, but only with high-speed, overstable discs. When I drop back down to mids and fairways again, my most overstable discs act as if they are the most understable. Any tips on form I could try to fix this?
Yeah.
Without
go ahead.
Looking, without seeing your form, I'm making a butt out of you and me that you are rolling your wrist. Your form might feel good. There's just no way for those discs to be understable for you without you releasing on a poor angle or having outrageous off-axis torque, which I'm going to lean towards. Your form is good enough because I'm thinking the amount of off-axis torque to make those discs understable is a lot. Would be
strong.
A crazy amount. So I'm going to lean towards your angle of release is wrong. Start with trying to put, if you're right-handed, have your right shoulder be down and stay down. Think watching Sarah Hokum throw a sidearm, how low she gets and how much she stays in on that and releases the disc on a hyzer. I guarantee if you throw that enforcer defender on a hyzer from a forehand, that thing ain't flipping up. It will not do it. And if you can work to get that release back, and now likely what's going to happen is you're going to come from hyzer and you're going to stand up some, so it'll pull it closer to a baby hyzer to flat, so you might actually start to get some decent lines, and you just need to keep slowing it down and allowing the release. The best part about working with sidearm is you can force discs to work for you or technically work against you when you force things over, because they'll fight out, they're working against what you put them on to stay in the air. But with a forehand, the moment you start to allow discs to actually work for you with straighter to mid ranges and stuff like that, you're going to put a lot less stress on your shoulder and elbow, and it's going to increase your accuracy, increase your longevity in the sport, and continuing to be able to throw forehands. So that's where I would start, because there's just, I'm sorry, like I had Raiders, Enforcers, and stuff like that, and I throw very strong. And I watched Jake Lauber, who has an incredibly powerful forehand, him rip on stuff, and he never was really complaining about defenders or enforcers or stilettos being not stable enough. So that would be why I would lean towards it's got to be an angle issue, and the angle on release has to be over the top.
Yeah, I mean 100%. And just so you know, if you're not aware of what off-axis torque means, that is when it's easiest to explain with a backhand, but when your reach back, the angle of the disc on your reach back should match the angle of the disc at your hit point, should match the angle of your follow through. If any of those are off, then that's what we call off-axis torque. You've established your axis right here. So if you get to the end of your throw, let's say you're throwing backhand, you're trying to throw it flat, and you roll your wrist over toward the ground, that's how that happens. That's off-axis torque. So just like Eric is saying, on a forehand, when you reach back, the angles can be a little bit different because you might reach back high, but everybody gets to this. If you're trying to throw flat, you really need to get your arm pretty much parallel to the ground. And when you're following through, you need to follow through, like Eric says, forward first. Palm to the sky is a good way to keep yourself from rolling your wrist over. But the second that you roll your wrist over, you've taken your angle from this parallel to the ground to, at release, the disc is, like if you're letting the disc go at 3 o'clock, now you're going to be closer to 2 or 1:30 or something like that. It's tilted up this way. Like, no wonder it goes to the ground, because that's the way that your hand's going,
Mm-hmm.
So I would think it would have to be a form issue, exactly like Eric said. Slow it down, let the disc work for you. Then you can step into some overstable discs and really take advantage of everything that they have to offer.
Yeah, Brandon New has a really good comment. He said, it's crazy how many amateur players have such good power, but they don't have that angle control. They always think it's the disc's fault, and that's very true. That a lot of times,
super true.
I mean,
I don't believe that he was saying that. I just think he's like, I just can't figure out what my issue is. So I'm happy that he wasn't being like, these discs are too flippy. What disc?
Oh yeah.
He's like form issue,
right.
which I greatly appreciate.
For sure. But Brandon's 100% right. Yeah. I'm not trying to hear somebody say they, throw their favorite, Lucid X Enforcer, or like the GOAT that I just got. That you're telling me that you can't get that thing to finish right. I'm sorry. Like, it's not stable enough for you. No, it is. 100%.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, next one comes from Jake. Hamburger. He says, Eric, it sounds like you removed all the trilogy discs from your bag. What makes them less suited for you? If you said the new ones have more integrity, I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so haven't removed them all.
The new ones don't tell lies. Okay.
Yes, they are.
They are the same disc out in public as they are at home. You're welcome. You can talk.
You can answer your question now.
No, you can go on with your real answer.
I'm envisioning a disc like on the course, and be like, what's up, guys? It's so great, and then coming back home and be like,
dude, he's so stupid.
Okay,
he has no integrity.
So
Yeah.
So
dude, that disc literally has no integrity.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I love that discs have now personalities. It's so good. So I am currently still bagging a Justice and a Claymore. Those are the two that I feel like have probably saved me the most strokes in my time when I was with Trilogy. So I haven't removed all. The Claymore being probably the one that will stay in the bag forever, just because it's a disc that I cannot replicate the types of shots I was throwing. So definitely it has to stay in the bag. The Justice has other competitors that are fighting for a similar spot, which I'm very much liking. But what I mean by integrity is uh, there are times when you throw a disc and you get into a groove of throwing that disc, and you understand what it's going to do at certain points in its flight, and you have to read the wind and understand these, and you have to trust the conditions. So you start to build on those things and those, how you like to throw, and just allow that to be all right. I know in this kind of wind, if I release this disc on a hyzer, it's going to do this, and it's going to do something within the realm of that type of shot. That's integrity, and it does that every time. It might be a little bit different, might hyzer out earlier, might turn a little longer, but it's never doing something you don't expect. And I genuinely felt with a few molds in the trilogy lineup that I had such a wide variety of results that forced me to lose confidence in those discs. Now, that isn't a knock on the discs. That could be my arm speed, the discs that I had, so on and so forth, being the main issue. I think that's the main issue. I lost a lot of faith in throwing Raider backhands. And I'm not sure if that was a form issue on my part, or if it was the Raiders I had just weren't the better runs. Whatever the case may be, I found myself in this place where I would throw a Raider, and it holds this great hyzer, it looks great, goes really far. And then I'd throw that same Raider next hole, and then it would flip a lot, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And again, it could have been a me issue, and likely was. But what I started to realize when I picked up these other discs is that I feel there's more integrity because I'm releasing them on the same angles and just getting I'm getting the results that I'm looking for. So that leads me to say that I think these discs have more integrity, but likely what's happening here, and it could be a little bit that the discs might just be, like I said, have that integrity I'm looking for, but a good part of it is that I have no preconceived notions about any of these discs. I'm just able to throw them with full confidence because I haven't made the mistakes yet. I haven't done those things, and part of that could be that I had these feelings. I had these feelings that Anthony Vanden Heuvel is super dumb, but got him. Did see it, roasted. But no, the point is I just lost the confidence in it, in that I couldn't get it back, and it's just easy. It just became easy to blame the discs and be in that situation where I was doing the same thing that the amateurs were doing. But at my stage, I had to quickly not blame the discs, but find the disc that was working for me. And that's why I jammed on the Evader as much as I did towards the end of the season, because it was the one disc I felt like I could trust, and I could still stretch it out far enough to be competitive. But at the pro level, you can't be throwing 7 speeds for distance drivers. You just can't. You have to be able to stretch a 12 speed far on a lot of these courses to compete and be in the top 10 is what I'm getting at. Like I can throw 7 speeds all over the place and get top 25, but if I make one minor error, I am now birdie just got way harder with a 7 speed. Where if I got that extra 50 feet from a distance driver, even if I'm off a little bit, I have that extra 50 feet that can keep birdie in play. That's, I guess, is one part of it. So the trilogy discs are coming out also because I'm not, I'm not sponsored by them. Another part of it is like I wanted to go out and explore all these other discs, and but I will say, stay on the lookout. There is going to be a really, really cool run of Justice, cool stamp, triple foil coming out. That's going to be, I think, more an exclusive to wholesalers through Infinite Discs. That's going to be something that we're doing as a collaboration with Dynamic Discs. So you heard it here first. It's dope. I'm working with Kessler Martin on the stamp, and I think it looks great. Just nice. Be ready to start calling them Justicios.
Nice. So looks like we got Anthony. I haven't said that in the longest time. We got Anthony watching the
See,
show.
he
How you
hasn't
doing,
said
Anthony?
anything back. He hasn't said anything back.
He's probably left.
He's mad.
He's mad.
Yeah, he probably did.
He
Oh.
mad. But I do want to call out
now. Let's
Anthony.
go, baby.
I want to call out Anthony and say,
back us.
why did it do that? I hate when it does that. Anthony, when are we going to see a proposal from you on Facebook? Danny's kind of showing you up. Danny's showing you up. Dang. We just did, Annie. We called you out. Let's see. Next quote. Or did you have anything to follow up with that on that, Robert?
Nope. Nailed it.
Perfect. Next one comes from Reese. What is the weirdest thing that you've ever have seen ever? Let me add
Are you the kid from like? Have you ever dreamed a dream that you believe that one time that you had and you could and.
Yes. What is the weirdest thing you have ever seen in a tournament? This weekend I had to help separate a drunken altercation, a fairway over from me in a C tier. What has been your weird tournament experience? P.S. I'm ready for the DeGam soundboard.
At least I got my eyes closed before you played it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That was wonderful.
Gosh,
I am so going to grab that clip. Post that clip of Robert's face.
Oh, so good.
Anyway, so what is the weirdest thing other than what just happened? What is the weirdest thing? Of course, this isn't at a tournament. I'm sure you've got something, Eric. I know you have. Because obviously you played more tournaments than all of us. But Robert, you probably have a weird story. I don't know that I have a weird story.
I've never played any tournaments.
Right, so that's why I didn't go to you. So no.
The marching band at Ledgestone a few years back. We were at Eureka, and they just had a parade going through the town of Eureka, and legitimately where the water tower hole is, marching band, just ripping and just you're just like I'm trying to play disc golf. This is hard.
Wow.
That was interesting, and I guarantee that will never happen again.
I would hope not.
It won't let it happen again. But it was one of those like, this is a tournament. Interesting. And it didn't affect everybody though because it was tee times, and it's a parade. Once they're past you, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. So it was only for certain cards. So it was very weird, and I didn't understand because it was just like I can deal with some distractions, but not that kind of distraction.
Something like that kind of happened at the Oklahoma Open many years ago. It was when Dynamic Disc did it, and Dixon Jowers was the TD. And on one of the holes, I can't remember if it was a LARP thing or what, but something was out there, and it we were like, hey, we reserved all this, and they were like, it's a park. Yes, but we talked to and we reserved this. It's a park. And so they just started setting up, and I can't remember, I don't think we had to move anything. We just had to be real careful not to hit people, but that was crazy. Mm-hmm. And they were just out there LARPing it up.
Mm-hmm. I've had a LARP experience at Veterans Park Open in DFW. Mm-hmm. This is when they do like the 21 or 24 hole layout or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And dude, it was the first time I had seen it several years ago, quite a while ago now, and I was shocked, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So that was great. But speaking of LARPing, when I went and played this weekend, there were people setting up to LARP in like one of the pavilions, live action role playing, in case you guys didn't catch that.
In case you're not cool enough to understand that.
In case you don't follow the lingo, they were setting up to get their fight on. Okay.
Their fight
and
on.
Yeah, and everybody, the text is behind Eric again. Everybody who's showing up is like, they're decked out. I mean, medieval out. With like the foam swords, but still, they are medievaled out, which was awesome. And then when we were walking back to our cars after finishing the round, one of those guys walking up in like this full garb, like serious stuff, had a dozen box of Round Rock donuts. just sitting on top. And that was my favorite thing that I've seen ever.
Wow.
Just like, I know that those donuts were not around then. You're taking everything so seriously and then just walking, like, it just totally didn't fit, and I loved it. It was wonderful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've also, last one, I've seen a guy, actually, his name is Guy. There was a drunk guy who, I assume he was drunk. He came up during one of the Old Settlers tournaments and was screaming at our card. Don't know why. Not affiliated with the tournament, just out in the park. And Guy was just like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. And just got up in his face, like, as I was trying to putt, definitely missed the putt. But yeah, it was messed up. Like, it was scary how intense he was, but then he was out of there. So
weird.
Those are my
That
stories.
is weird. All right, before we head on to the next questions, we're going to talk about a couple discs that Eric is trying out. What's some new stuff you're trying out there, Eric Oakley?
So we're just gonna focus in on the Dynasty.
Okay.
Woo-woo. This is the
Can I have
Infinite
that
Disc
one?
Dynasty. They drop on the 24th of February. So check retailers, everything. This is a disc that you can control this driver to the exact distance you'd like. It's perfect for that. If you understand what I'm getting at when I say that.
Question.
Robert has a question.
Robert has a question.
Answer.
What if the distance I desire is 600 feet?
I mean, it can get there if you throw it hard enough.
Sick.
So
Sign
no,
me
this
up
was
for 20.
Send me 3 of them with the Bergs.
this was just a 9-speed disc that I can't wait to do a really good review for, because I think the part of it is when you hear the numbers in a 9, 5, -1, 2, you're not thinking, oh, that's just a perfect forehand disc, right?
Don't tell me what I'm thinking.
Nobody thinks that, because when you think forehand disc, people are usually thinking 9-3-0-4, something around that. It's just like, yeah, just hammer on it. But this is one of those discs that is perfect for backhands, even better for forehands, and will make you a better player in what you can do with it. And I think, again, this is the first Tour Series disc that I've done that is actually for everyone. And I think that that's kind of cool, because I've had overstable felons for how long now? You could say the Wardens are for everybody, but this is a driver. And, you can see the rim a little bit. Shape's great. Width is not bad. It's super comfortable. And the stamp's amazing. Big shout out to Thought Space Athletics.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
For making this happen. I actually have most of my stamps are likely that we do with artistic value are going to keep to this theme, and we're gonna kind of make a collection of this, so it'll be great. So fantastic. Dynasty's super good. That's what I would suggest, and I will say that there is not going to be that many of them this year, especially in the swirly S-Blend plastic. There was a limited number we could get. There will be more in the I-Blend plastic, so those will be a tick more stable out of the box, but they beat in much faster. So these, what I've had, I've ripped them into trees, and they are fantastic. So they're amazing, and they hold up, and they're perfect. So
Why did
I'm
you rip
so
them
happy
into
with the
trees?
I miss sometimes. It's okay.
How embarrassing. I've never hit a tree.
I love that concept, though, of playing a wooded course, but playing if you hit a tree, it's an OB stroke,
Yeah,
and see how far you can go. Like,
dude,
be good.
I would want to
no
play
thanks.
that with. I'd want to play that with people at this course that we played this weekend at Old Settlers.
Mhm. Yeah,
It
be
was
fun.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Just I-Blend and Swirly S-Blend, Reese.
And that
That's all
comes
we're gonna
out
see
in
is
3 days, right? You said the 24th of February?
24th. Yep.
Available at where?
Swirly S comes out. It's going to be infinitedisc.com.
Infinite Disc, nice.
But then you're also going to see it at a lot of other retailers, too. They'll have them at their shops and a lot of places. So it's going to be sweet. The
Sick.
colors are incredible. The They're blue and green swirls or purple and blue swirls, and the 3 foils on them are just stellar.
Fantastic.
The people at Infinite are killing the stamps, and again, Thought Space Athletics, Aaron Wilmot and his crew are the ones who helped design the stamp, which
Very cool.
It's dope.
All right, next question comes from where are you at, Joe? Help
me up now.
I have a problem at the crossroads of disc golf and romance, and I could think of I could think of a place for better advice on either topic. I think
I could also think of
I could probably think of a lot of other places I'd rather get advice from.
But since we're here, well, I guess we'll just answer it.
I'm new to disc golf, and I'm building up my bag. I've got my go-to wardens, judges, deputies, and truths. My very thoughtful wife got me a disc for Valentine's Day, a Lucid Raider. The trouble is, it's a speed rating, or the speed rating is 14, and I'm pretty sure I will never get it up to speed, like ever. I don't want to return it because Valentine's Day. So what do you do with a disc that is way too big for your arm? Do you display it, carry it in your bag, and look at it wistfully? Pull it out of the bag while playing in a group and say, nah, I don't want to bomb 500 feet today. Better disc down. I like that part. So what do you do? Well, I mean, I had a rate. Of course, mine was a lightweight Raider, and I'd been playing for a few years. But I would throw it on different situations. It definitely wasn't a go-to distance driver for me. But depending on the wind and what I was throwing, I would throw a 169, I think, Raider. But yeah, I would say if go ahead, Robert.
You're good.
I was just going to say, as far as if it is a Valentine's Day card, there's nothing wrong with hanging it on the wall as a little memory reminder.
So but they may want you to throw it, so put it in your bag just so they see it in there is also not too bad. And who knows? You might run into a situation where you can use that disc. Even if it's not for your arm speed, it can be a utility disc that you pull out every once in a while, and you might find a use for it. Now, I'm not saying go and just rip on the Raider until you learn how to throw it. Keep building like you are from the ground up, from your putters and mids. So that's very good.
Create some really good, terrible off-axis torque, and then go throw your Raider. Yeah, do that.
It'll go a lot farther that way.
Yes, it will.
Eric said exactly what I was going to. High-speed discs, when you can't get them up to speed can also act like stability for a disc like that. So if you're throwing into a headwind, and you usually throw a 9-speed, and it's like a ripping headwind, you can throw a more overstable 9-speed, or you can throw, a stable 13-speed, and you might get a little bit of extra distance out of it, without, just never being able to use it. So yeah, it's not going to be your workhorse, probably, at least not for right now, but it could come in handy for you at sometimes. It's like a disc like the Justice. People aren't going to throw that on every single shot, but it sure is nice to have when you need it. That's what nice to have. Yeah, that's what a really fast, medium overstable disc can be if you can't get it up to speed. You're not always going to throw it, but when you need it, it'll be good to have it.
Yep. All right, next one comes from Dawn. I'm a big Katrina Allen fan. It's obvious that she's one of the longest throwers in FPO, but I've noticed that she never follows through with her back leg on her drives. And it almost looks like she makes a concerted effort to use her back foot as a brake to stop herself from following through completely. Do you think, even with her great power, that she's leaving some distance on the table because of this? Any idea why she doesn't fully follow through? Maybe Eric has heard her discuss it at some point.
I haven't. But I don't think she always had that. I think it's a kind of a newer trend that I've seen. And it's, for those who have not been around the game enough, we call it Niboing, after KJ Nibo.
Nibo.
And he's one of the best European disc golfers out of Denmark. Fantastic disc golfer, and he just did that. He did that same thing. I think she's doing it, maybe even not even being that conscious of it, because I had a toe dragging issue, and a couple things that solved me from dragging my toe, because Dustin Keegan pointed out that I was doing it and I didn't realize it, and so I started to work on it, and I've gotten off it. But what made it easier to get off of that back leg was building up my hip stability. So my body could put everything into my right leg on a backhand throw, and my hip would tell the rest of my body, I've got this, you can do this, and allowed me to put everything into it. But what subconsciously happens, if your hip isn't stable enough, it's sending signals, understanding the situation, saying, yo, I need some help. So it won't allow for my left leg to get back up, because if I do, I'm likely going to hurt myself. I worked a lot with this on Seth Muncie, and then I was able to really get off of that back leg so much easier once I started to build up that hip stability. Now, again, in saying that, Kat is fit. She is superhero fit. So there is no way it's like her hips aren't stable enough. I could be wrong. She might not actually be working on her hips, and her hips be incredibly stable. So that's why she does it. But I don't think that is the case. So I would think that it's something. It's a product of she isn't thinking about it. She's found success with it, and she's going to continue to do it because it's working. Same thing with why I do the Brinster hop. It's working. Why wouldn't I keep doing it?
Yeah. I just went to I remember she had a video of her throwing her new signature disc, the Vortex, on Instagram. So I went and looked at it real quick just so we could like refresh what her form looks like. And I'm not sure that she needs to follow through, like bring her leg all the way around like I think we've traditionally seen, because exactly like you were talking about, Eric, I think she's probably flexible enough that that's not needed to accomplish what her body needs to throw the disc well. Yeah, she is super fit, works on fitness all the time. And so I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, it may be a little subconscious, but her hit and release it's already gone by the time her leg is still on the ground. So is it holding her back? Possibly, but she's really that video, she's really in control.
I'm trying to find a video this is from 2014 and see if there's any throws of Kat throwing.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
but
just
anyway,
in the bag.
Yeah. So it may be subconscious. Like she may not really be thinking about it, but she's pretty in control with it. I wouldn't mess with it too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
All right. This last question is from Steven. Robert, can you please play a song in that guitar?
Not right now.
You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove anything to me, but I have heard there are a lot of doubters in the DeGam audience that say it's just for show. Again, not me. Now, I will tell you that I lived with Robert and his lovely wife Shay for quite a few months, and Robert has no idea how to play the guitar. So
it's true.
No,
he plays show there too.
Yeah, he plays the guitar and he plays it really well. Eric, I think
I don't know about really well, but
I think you're a decent player.
I'm fine. Like I can. So if you're watching this and didn't know, I led worship at a church like as my job for a couple of years, and then a year when we were in Kansas. And so like I can do everything that you would need to for church music for sure. If you're gonna ask me to like shred a nasty solo or do some super complicated finger picking, I'm not great at that. But if it's pretty basic rhythmic stuff, yeah, no problem. I just don't really want to play it right now.
Fair enough.
But I do love it, and I traded multiple guitars to get to this guitar, and now I'll just keep it for forever.
There you go. Then he goes on to say, Bobby, I'm going to reverse his questions. Also, he says, who would you rather lose to, Robert or Eric? I'm going to lose to both of them, obviously, because they're much better skilled disc golfers than me. But the other question was, would you rather beat Robert or Eric in disc golf? And you would think, you'd be like, well, I want to beat Eric because he's a touring pro. Nope. I would want to beat Robert just to see the look on his face. Because
he knows how mad I would be.
Yes, I would be so pissed.
I literally could have said your answer almost word for word when you read that question. Names it as a Gibson Hummingbird, yes sir. But yes, we would have a blast. And also, knowing Bobby, I would never ever hear the end of that.
Oh no,
ever. Anytime anyone referenced disc golf, period, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me of the time I beat."
Oh yeah, right.
Disc golf. Do you remember? You remember that?
Remember?
Yeah,
okay.
Like that.
Then he has a question for Eric. I think you're the most candid and approachable pro out there on tour, and I think that is what the sport really needs more of right now with the recent growth.
That's really nice.
Yes, from your involvement in Reddit, podcast, teaching, and Is That Good episodes. So thanks. Which pro on tour is the most approachable in your opinion?
Man, I don't know. That's a really good question. Zach Melton. No, that's it. Zach Melton.
Yeah, Zach Melton. That's good.
That was. Other people are, but other people don't have the same. They don't have the same extroverted nature and or just ability just to kind of turn things on, and Zach does. Zach has that for sure. Where other people, you kind of have to chip away at them to break them out, and some people don't know how to act around new people. It just, to me, I'm just me, and I like, oh, you want to talk about disc golf? Cool, I love disc golf. Let's do this. And that's just really simple for me. And I'm more like a puppy dog at a dog park, where I'm the happy dog that wants to see what everyone's doing. I assume that's what dogs do. I don't know. I don't have any dogs. I have 3 cats.
Never had them.
But yeah, but there are people in the sport that I would say have this approachable nature to them that I've grown to really love. Like Tim Barham is somebody I would classify more on the introverted side, but to me, he's been one of the most approachable, likable people I've met in my time on the road. And he's, I've played plenty of rounds with him, and I just feel like this is a dude that I genuinely care about, and I feel like he genuinely cares about me when we're playing and when we're not playing. And we may never hang out outside of playing rounds of disc golf, but we genuinely care about each other, and I think that that's something that goes a long way. Chandler Fry comes to my mind. Bobby Music feels the same way in that of just people that are so cool. Oh, just Kyle homies. Webster, Brandon New, yeah, K-Web, Zach Johnson, like that crew is just like, they are really good human beings, and it's just really cool to see.
Yeah, just homies.
Yeah.
So he had a follow-up question for Eric, and I promise you he put this. I am not making this up. Also, what date did you send Bergs to Robert and Bobby?
Oh,
dude,
my
yes.
God. I sent them. I'm planning on sending them on.
Everybody's watching, of course.
February 31st.
Yeah, you would.
Everybody who's watching, and once you listen to the show, go to Eric Oakley's Facebook page, and to ask him.
I'm not gonna have any Bergs for myself.
Ask him when those Bergs are.
Literally say, "Hey, sick dynasties, Eric. I bought 2. Also, when did you send Bobby and Robert the Berg?
I really hope they put that in the comments, and then I get an email from Infinite. It's like, hey, is there something we should know about this?
So, are we supposed to ship those out, or are you?
Yeah. It's, Robert, what is your starting word in Wordle? I have seen so many posts about that stupid game. I haven't played it. I don't know. It's stupid. It may be really cool.
You're not very good at words, Bobby, so
it won't
try for you.
that new game, Flirtle. What's it called? Birdle?
Squirtle.
You almost heard my first cursor on me. So, if you know me at all, it will not surprise you to learn that I like Wordle very much. And I play it every day. And also Nerdle, same, but with a math equation every day. Very interesting, very fun. I switched it out in Wordle. I'll go irate a lot of the time and arise, because you get 3 vowels, like 3 really popular vowels, and then an R and a T and an R and an S. But today, I think that's what I did today. I haven't solved it today, so don't tell me if you have. I did tears today. I was just switching it up. But yeah, I've heard crane is a good one, but the guy who put up the video about, this is the best way to solve Wordle, he's not playing on hard mode. He is doing like 2 totally opposite words to get as many letters as you can. That's not how I play the game. Okay, that's cheap, low-hanging fruit. So I usually go with those. I try and get the vowels as early as possible.
I still don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay.
It's like really hard, man. You have to be like super smart.
All right, guys.
Like really big cranium, like wow.
Well, before we do that, I found a video of Katrina Allen throwing in 2018,
Yeah.
and she did not have her back leg on the ground. I posted it in the comments.
Oh,
if you
okay,
want to
cool.
check it out.
There you go.
So sorry.
No worries.
I was proud because I was like, she didn't always do that, and she was off her back leg. So it has to be something that she's worked into her.
Yeah, look at her Instagram, Eric. You'll find it. That's like the 4th post down. You'll see it.
Okay.
All right, there you go, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Appreciate you, the live folks, for hanging in there. And but thank you also for listening on the audio. We appreciate it. We're going to do a couple goofy questions for the Patreon folks. If you want to go support us, you can go to patreon.com/DGAM. And you can sign up to get early access to this episode. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done with these guys here, I'll get on there and I'll edit it together and push it out to the Patreon listeners. And then in a couple of days, the regular folks get it. But only the Patreon people will hear the goofy stuff that we do after. Yeah, we'll be the only ones that get the goofy question stuff. So anyway, make sure you, February 24th, Eric Oakley's Dynasty drops, Infinite Discs and other places. Make sure you support the gentleman, the man that is doing all he can to grow the sport of disc golf. Make sure that you go out and
subscribe.
Pray for Robert. I guess I don't know what to do for Robert. So yeah.
But also, but keep in mind though, February 25th is the date that Eric sends us the discs that we were talking about.
Oh yes, that's right.
31st
everyone
of February.
put that on. No, that's not true.
Put that on his comment.
Put it on the calendar. Everyone check back in on it every week.
Put a reminder.
So we can keep up with it. Okay.
Yeah. So good stuff. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next show.
Love it.
Okay.
Bye.